You know, I was thinking about doing a video today, but really I have no idea what I would want to talk about anyway. You know, I just hate it when you have like an idea for a video and you feel like it's just right like the back of your head, you know, and you don't know what to do. Oh, jeez. Hey, so I've decided I'm going to talk about my top 5 favorite moments from One Piece, starring me and my cat Mentos. She's adorable. Oh my gosh, she's probably going to be all up in this video because she's really needy for some love right now. So yes, these are all going to be moments pre-time skip because I literally just got into the time skip right now. I'm in the Fishman Island arc, so I could not talk about the time skip at all. There's a lot of One Piece, okay guys, and I don't have enough hours in the day to catch all the way up, but I'm gonna try. So, One Piece is probably my favorite shonen anime. I mean, it goes back and forth a lot, but I always go back to One Piece. I love those characters so much, and there are just so many moments. Even a top 5 list doesn't do justice to the amount of moments in the show that stick in my brain. But I'm gonna do my best. So, starting with number 5. This is going to be when Chopper joins the Straw Hat crew officially. I love Chopper. I think Chopper is a great character. I relate a lot to Chopper. He's kind of just this goofy guy. He tries his best, feels like an outcast. But I really feel like Chopper, he's really the first crew member of the show, of the Straw Hats, to want to be a pirate. Usopp to a certain extent, obviously Luffy, but Chopper is the one who, I think he is the closest to Luffy in that he understands what being a pirate in this world is supposed to mean. It's supposed to be about going after your dreams and about, you know, doing the impossible. And that's what the entire story of the Doctor, the Kook Doctor, and Chopper is all about, is doing the impossible. The cherry blossoms, which is a beautiful moment. That would be a separate moment on its own, just like the cherry blossom scene. Great, but that moment when Chopper is like, alright guys, bye, see you later, and Luffy's like, join our crew. And Chopper's, you know, he takes it back because he's never, his entire life, he's just been kind of shunned and thrown away, and like people see him as a monster. And it's kind of funny because all of the Straw Hats are kind of monsters in their own right. Zoro is a monster swordsman. He's ridiculously powerful and crazy. Shouldn't be able to do the things he do. Sanji, even Usopp's like a monster liar. You know, they're all like these extra people. And Luffy's definitely a monster. He's a rubber man, you know. And so it's just this moment where, you know, Chopper's like, no, I can't join you guys. I'm a crazy monster and you don't actually love me or like me. And Luffy's like, join our crew! It's like this really great moment of like Luffy and all of his, you know, shonen hero archetypal, like, goofball or like, you know, not like completely level-headed like actions. He cares about people. That's my favorite thing about Luffy, I think, is that comparing him to Goku, you know, Goku is very much like, Goku cares a lot, obviously, about people. He becomes Super Saiyan when Krillin dies, but every major action Luffy makes is to benefit somebody else. And all the big moments in the show that Luffy's a part of are all about one of his friends, about helping them or doing something for them. So that's really cool. But yeah, it's just a beautiful moment because it's Chopper finally finding his acceptance and also getting to live out, you know, his dream, which is what the Straw Hat Pirates are all about. So that is a beautiful moment. I love Chopper. I would buy one of those dumb hats if I could, but I can't. Number 4, probably higher on most people's lists, but I like the moment a lot, but it's just not my favorite. But it is when Vivi is on the beach, she's doing her little speech in the microphone, the Straw Hat Pirates are sailing away, and they all put their arms up with those X's on the back so that she can see them, and so that she knows that they're still friends. And it's this really beautiful moment. Luffy's really good at non-verbally telling people that they're still friends, but making everyone else. Anyway, I love my cats. sometimes they make making videos very difficult. So, Luffy's great in nonverbal communication. The same thing happened with Kobe way back in the beginning of the show, where he beat the crap out of Kobe, but Inso was telling him that he's a really good friend and cares about him. Luffy's a weird guy. But anyway, I love that moment. It's just always been a great one. And yeah, it's a good one, but there are a couple more that I like just a little bit more. Speaking of, number 3. This is personal favorite. It's a very iconic moment. It's a moment that honestly jump starts the rest of the show so far, and you still feel ramifications like into the time skip where I'm at now. It is the Enies Lobby. This is a part of the show when Robin has been captured. She's going to be executed for her crimes, and the Straw Hat crew basically goes against the entire world government. It's a great moment. It's also punctuated by the fact that Usopp gets the best part, which usually Usopp, like, he kind of gets crapped on. He's a comedy relief character, and there's so many times when he's like, I'm gonna be the best, whatever, and I'm gonna do great, and he never really like kind of lives up to that, at least in my opinion. I love Usopp. I mean, he's great, but he's not a fighter. He's never been a fighter. However, the moment with him and fighting against Luffy before Enies Lobby is great too. Oh my gosh, very heart-wrenching. But I have to give it to the government. They're just like, hey, are you gonna go against the world government? Like, look at us. We're the big boys. We're here on top of the mountain. We got all this cool marine stuff going on. And Luffy's just like, do it. And then he burns the flag of the world government, which flags are very important to pirates, obviously, and to everyone in the show. We've had multiple instances with flags being messed with, and we already know like how important that is, and for them to burn the flag of the world government, super important. Jumpstarts like the notoriety of the Straw Hats even more. So great moment. I love it. Number 2. Number 2 is from the East Blue. I have a special place in my heart from the East Blue. I love the East Blue. It is good old Sanji. I love Sanji. He's got like such a good look. It's very simple. It's very classic. The suit, the cigarette. Unless you watch the 4Kids dub, then you got the good old lollipop, which I love. But it's the scene with him leaving the restaurant. Very emotional scene. Basically, the restaurant, everyone in the restaurant that he works at decides to be mean to him so that they can send him off on his way so that he can follow his dreams. It's a very sweet moment. Sanji's leaving his father figure, he's just like, do good. And he just starts breaking down and crying. He bows and gets on his hands and knees, and he just says, thank you, everyone. Everyone's crying. I'm crying. You're crying. It's a very emotional moment. And I'm assuming because, like, I haven't gotten fully spoiled, but I know that there is some stuff with Sanji's family and, like, their current arc that's going on right now. So I think that will just inform this scene even more, learning about Sanji's actual family. And then, number 1, my favorite One Piece moment. It's Arlong Park. It's gotta be Arlong Park. There's nothing better than Arlong Park. Just Nami, who up until this point has just kind of been like, she's a fun character, everyone likes her, she's cool. You can tell she's got some like secret stuff going on, but you're not entirely sure. Then she screws over the Straw Hats in probably like their weakest moment up till that point in the show. And she's just sitting, she's in the middle of the road, she's staring at the Arlong Pirates tattoo that's on her shoulder, and it just is reminding her of just all of the horrible things she said to do up until this point, for the Arlong Pirates, for Arlong. She's basically been abused by these pirates, and like, not Stockholm, but like, she's just been like treated horribly by these people, and she's had to do horrible things, and she's had to make the entire town hate her, and it's just so, it's a horrible moment, but it's also like a really, really good moment because it's emotionally satisfying. But she grabs the knife and she starts stabbing the tattoo because it disgusts her. Looking at it just disgusts her, and so she starts just stabbing the tattoo over and over and over again, and she's crying. And Luffy walks up, and she's doing this in the middle of the road. And he's just like, paraphrasing, obviously, but he's just like, do you need help? And she's like, the great thing about this is that Luffy, up to this point, has no idea what's going on. He has not been involved in any way whatsoever with any of the actions or stuff. Like, he doesn't really know much about what's been happening. And so he just sees his crewmate, having a mental breakdown in the middle of the street. Even though she screwed them over, she's his crewmate, she's his friend. And so he's just like, hey, you need help? And she starts telling him to go away, tossing the sand at him, which is just such a nice added touch. And he puts his hat on her, and she's just like, yes, I need help. And they have the badass walk, which is one of my favorite things in anime, is when one character's walking down the road by themselves, and then slowly they start picking up the rest of the members of their crew. Mwah. Beautiful. Always gets me. But yeah, that's my favorite moment of One Piece. I've rewatched that moment multiple times when I want to give myself a good cry. So yeah, those are my top 5 favorite moments. I just, as I said earlier, just got into the time skip. I'm at the Fishman Island arc. So I'm really excited to get just caught up with the show. I love One Piece. It's one of those shows that I can go away from for a long time, obviously, and then come back to it, and I just instantly jump back in with these characters and their stories. And yeah, One Piece warms my heart. So Cameron, hopefully you enjoyed this jumpy, long-winded video. Hope you're enjoying your stag do. 4 days. What is it, 4 days today? Yeah, 4 days. Holy crap. And I'll be on a plane. I'll see you there.